What's going on, guys? Eric here from MajorLeagueTrading.com, coming at you with another trade review breakdown video here. It is August the 8th. It is a Thursday. And we've got the S&Ps up nicely here, 1.77% currently at the moment. It's about 3:04 p.m. Eastern here. Nadex up 2.08%, Russell up 2.19%, and the Dow up 1.34% here. So we were talking in yesterday's video there. You know, we had that kind of divergence down there, a little failure to go lower, where the Dow ended up making those new lows through Monday's lows, and that's when I noticed none of the other markets had. And we stepped into the long side yesterday, and that's what led to, the $2,200 and change in profits yesterday. Well, coming into today, I had a similar game plan here, and we were able to execute and pull out $766.40 from the NASDAQ. No trades in the S&Ps here, zero on that. No trades in the Russell, no trades in the Dow, and no trades in the micros. So walking away here with $766.40 on the day in the NASDAQ. And this trade was a relatively quick trade. So what I was looking for this morning, we'll switch over to the hourly chart here, and I'll show you guys kind of my game plan for the morning. And, if you watched on YouTube this morning, then you heard me talk about, we had one of two kind of scenarios here for today. Number one would be that we could actually kind of consolidate, go sideways, and it would be a rather boring day, which as a trader is not something that I really like to say is a possibility on the day. The second possibility on the day was that we could just absolutely rip to the upside and tag these upper resistance levels, which we have done, and we've now exceeded those. So we were kind of in that indecision zone between the hourly chart moving back into the uptrend and the daily chart just rallying back for the next leg to the downside. Again, we still don't know. There's still a little bit more room here to go on the daily chart. So we don't actually know if we're going to go back up towards 3,000s here yet in the S&Ps, or if we're going to be pushing up here a little bit higher and then roll over and kind of retest these lows. At the moment, everything looks good to the upside here for today. And what I was watching, though, was 28.99.75s here, 28.85 quarters, and then 29.19.75s. So my game plan here was I would preferred to have bought a pullback to 28.85 quarters on the day if we could pull back. If, however, we weren't going to pull back there, then what I was doing was using 28.99.75 as kind of a line in the sand. And if we were able to get above that level, hold, and start pushing higher, then targets would be up into 29.19.75s. As you can see, we ended up getting that move here, up into 29.19.75s. But why are we looking at the S&Ps here? Because that's not what I took my trade in. What I ended up taking my trade in today was the NASDAQ, as I showed you guys. And if we take a look here at the NASDAQ, I'll switch that chart over as well. Looking at the 4-grid setup here, the trade I ended up taking today, and I'm going to drill down to a 987 tick chart here in just a second to show you guys a little bit more about the entry, is right here. I got in on this bar at 950 this morning in the NASDAQ. And what I ended up noticing here is we didn't have the technical divergence per se when it came to price, because all markets were actually breaking down to new lows on this bar here. But what we ended up having was a signal here in both the NASDAQ, the Dow, and in the Russell here. Russell in the bottom left corner, you guys can see this right here. We ended up having a signal across the board in all of those on that low. And what I did is I stepped in here. We'll go back to this morning, right in through here. What I ended up doing was, okay, I saw this breakdown coming, and I'm like, okay, we're going to go towards 75, 61, 50s, and then we can start looking to take a long position from there. Now, you can see we never got to 75, 61, 50s. And what did I do from that? Well, when we started rallying back here, what I noticed on the 5-minute chart was going to be the opening print of this bar. So the opening print of that bar was 75.99.75s. And the opening print of the day was 76.02. So there's like a 2-point difference in there between the opening print of that bar that initially had gone lower, traded down into 75, 78s, and was now rallying back inside of this same 5-minute bar along with all of the other markets here. I mean, again, this is kind of 2020 hindsight here, but you can see we ended up just setting a really nice bottoming tail on this bar. Well, inside of this bar, we actually were trading kind of back up into this level here. If charts will switch over for me, there we go. We actually started trading, back up into this level inside that same bar. And I'm like, okay, we have the potential to break out here if we can get back above the open of that 5-minute bar and get back through the open of the day here of 7602. And that's just going to be a fake kind of breakdown there through these lows, kind of shake some people out. And then this market can reverse the upside. So as we kind of did that and I started seeing some strength coming in here, we started getting back up through kind of that $7,600 number there and started pushing through 7602s. I went ahead and stepped in to the long side with the Nasdaq, and I just took 2 contracts there. And what I did is I scaled out of those. I scaled out of one up here over top this high. This high was 17 quarters. And again, I had a target on this trade for the first initial little pop here to 76.24s. So I went ahead and scaled out of one contract up over 76.17 quarters, and then we had previous highs of the day from the overnight session came in here. We'll turn the extended session on here, switch over to a 5-minute chart, and we had overnight highs there coming in at 76.19, which you can see were set here right there on that bar about 25 minutes before the open. 76.19's there. So I went ahead and placed an order just above that at 76.19 quarters as well. Again, knowing that my level was right there at 76.24s here, and went ahead and took that position out kind of as we rallied up through right there through 1750s, and then right up through here as we came up through the 19 quarter level as well. So all in all, the trade was, I don't know, about 4 or 5 minutes there, but it was waiting patiently all morning for it. And something that was kind of starting to look like it was going to come true was going to be a boring day. 20 some minutes into the day, we had literally a 5-point range in the S&Ps. We had done this was our action. If charts will work for me here, maybe there we go. This was our action for the first like 20 some minutes of the day here. Was just kind of back and forth right around this 99.75s and 98.75s opening print. So when we got that kind of failed breakdown, started coming back up, it was a clear sign of a reversal, just a shakedown there. And you can see that ended up just being a nice little low that was set on the day, and we rallied back up through that, and have since exploded to the upside. So we had our initial game plan on the day. It looked like it was going to kind of come through, but again, we saw some type of action. We saw some type of information there that was given to us during the trading session that we could use to then take an entry and profit from the market. So we went ahead and stepped in and did that, and it worked out really nice. Had you held that position, again, next targets above in the NASDAQ would have been 76, 65, 75s. We ended up rallying up, trading right into that level, small pullback, and then have gone higher since then. Again, for me, currently the wife is out of town and I'm on baby duty. So if you guys were in the room today, you heard the baby talking and all that fun stuff. So for me, I'm either going to be super patient and get a really good trade here in the morning and then call it done, or I'm just going to be super patient. We're not going to get a trade set up and I'm going to call it a no trade day. So anyways, that's going to be the recap here for today. Hopefully you guys are able to pull some information away from the analysis that I was looking at. And kind of take away from some of the points that I was making there. But as always, if you guys have feedback, comments, suggestion, please leave those in the comment section below. Also, if you want to work with me on a little bit closer basis, as well as Perry and Rob and Jay and the rest of the MLT team, and join the MLT team in the Discord, there is a link in the description below for that as well. You guys can join me in there. So thank you guys so much for your time here on this video. As always, if you're new around here, click that subscribe button, turn on the little bell notification. You don't want to miss any of the videos or when I go live each and every morning. And make sure you give me a thumbs up on this video if I deserve it, which you know I do. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate your support. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning for the trade plan and another trade review video here for the week. But really nice week so far. 4 green days in a row, and looking to end that on a nice little green day for Friday as well. So take care. If I don't see you guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys back here on the next video. Take care.